Hey, Grand Rising Peace Family. I don't know why I'm doing so many videos back to back, especially since, I know as soon as I'm starting school, I just don't want to just cut it cold turkey, but it looks like it might have to go that way. But I'm trying to break away now, but I don't know. I just keep having all these thoughts and emotions going through me. And I'm just like, I just got to get off my chest. So that's why I just come in and say, all right, I'm going to just do a quick little video and just kind of, vent and let it out. Wanted to start it off with saying, I am not doing a part two. Okay. I know a lot of people thought that part two was coming yesterday. I thought about it. I meditated on it. I shouldn't even did that. I don't even want to address certain things anymore. So I'm not doing a part two. I'm not addressing slander no more. I'm just moving on. So, with that said, I was in Lyft yesterday with this African brother, and he was a driver. He was an elder, man. Nice brother, very nice brother. He had a fly dashiki set on. I wanted to tell that too. I love that dashiki set he had on. But anyway, we're talking. We're just building. He said, "Oh, you're not from here in Atlanta and all that." So we just talk about different things. And I said, "Oh, I can't wait to move where I'm moving, from. I can't wait to move out of where I'm moving from." So he said, "Where you moving in?" And I told him this particular part of Atlanta, I'm wanting to move to. So he said, oh, like he started saying like stuff about it, like kind of negatively, where he was just like, oh, that's not really, people don't see it. He said, I don't really want to use the word ghetto. And I told him, I said, well, from one dude, I said, I don't refer to it as a ghetto because we're not Jews locked up. I forget what what I mean, the term ghetto stem from. But I said, but it's not even just that. I said, I'm from the hood. I'm from Philly. I'm from the hood in Philly. That's number one. Number two, dude, I said, I think that it's important to live in the communities where it needs it the most, where it needs the most spiritual growth. You know what I mean? It needs the most, enlightenment or consciousness. I told him, I said, because keep in mind, we come from years of conditioning program. A lot of them are still under that brainwashing. And I said, I know how it feels to be asleep, and I'm glad to be awake. There's my sexy baby. Oh, peace, Poochie. So I said, I'm glad to be awakened. I know how it feels to be asleep. So I said, this is how we got to understand in regards to the rest of our people. And they deserve to be awoke too. And once they become enlightened, that's how powerful they're going to become. They got to realize that we aren't just slaves. A lot of people walk around with that mindset. And I was like, once they know our history and they know the Caucasoid history, they're going to feel so empowered to want to do more. And that's still potential soldier. We got to get us all on point. So he was like, right, I love that. He was like, the way you just broke that down, that makes so much sense. I told him, trust me, I'm going to be tried by my people who might still be in a low frequency. You know what I mean? Especially if you're trying to raise. But I told him, I said, when you deal with that, what you do to rejuvenate, you go back around your people who are already there. There's people that reside in the same community that's already there. They're already conscious. They already seeking righteousness. They already African centered. And he was like, yeah, they already revolutionary. So I said, so when you feel like you're trying, you want to rise back up, boom, I go around, I go to the festivals and whatnot. But I said, I want to be here to fulfill what I believe is my life's purpose, which is to elevate and bring them up. So we could be all on the same plane. We can all be on the same frequency. So he was like, yeah, I like that. I like the way you broke that down. That makes sense. He said, because most times people say, oh, I was going to move out here. They'll be like, oh, I said, yeah, I've heard that. A lot of negativity. Like people are always so quick to down. And I said, that's the problem, especially within us. We got to be willing to give back and bring it back here. I said, because that's the only way we're going to change. That's the only way we actually going to liberate. I told him, I said, call it a spiritual awakening. I don't know. But it's like once I came out of that fast and I just started doing a lot of things to where I practice certain things daily, I said, there's stuff that's just being fed to me. Now, maybe they say with the triple digits, you get messages. I don't know. But I see triple digits daily. That's daily. And I see it in everything. It's not even just the time. I see it in everything daily. I see triple digits. So, and sometimes the double digits as well, but definitely triple. So from the 111, to 111 all the way up to 555. So I said, call it that. I don't know. But I told him what I've been feeling lately is that there's going to be a shift. Something is happening. We are going to reclaim control of this planet, and the ancestors in the universe is working with us to do that. But we got to meet them halfway. they're not going to do it for us. We got to be willing to put in the work too. For one, we got to be committed to the ancestors, committed to ourselves, committed to, the higher source power, whoever you believe in. Because one thing I was telling my peoples the other day, because she was just like, I couldn't practice what you do. You say you wake up, you do 3 prayers a day. That's just like religion to me. And I said, well, no, it's still spirituality. But I told her, I said, listen, I don't think it really matters what you practice. I don't think it really matters what your higher source that you believe in. Because I honestly believe we all praying to the same source. We just got different names. We got different practices and ways to go about it. But it's all connected to that same source. And you never know if that higher source is looking down saying that y'all do know y'all all, talking to me, right? So this is what I'm saying. So I told her, I said, I believe as long as you're righteous, as long as you are practicing what you need to be practiced in order to connect to your higher source, you are staying committed, because they the ones judging you. Your higher source is judging you. It's not me. It's not the people. It's not the brand. You are praying to this higher source. They are the ones that's judging you. They are the ones that's going to test your loyalty and your commitment. So I said, as long as you committed and you connected to your higher source and you are true and they know your heart and you practicing everything daily, you are staying righteous and pure and whole. I said myself, and faithful, true, honest, and everything that y'all do, regardless if it's the, whatever you got to practice in order to stay, in, positive being. I said myself, I believe you will ascend. I believe that you will get whatever you're seeking. And I had told another friend of that too the other day, and they all agreed. It was like, you know what, that the way you broke that down, that makes sense. That makes sense that like it don't matter. I said, because it's all about your higher source. So but you have to show commitment, like you have to show proof, you have to show loyalty, for them to even do something. You have to do your part. Then you got that, they'll meet you and continue to manifest the blessings you want, but you have to do your part. You have to meet them halfway. So that's what I believe in regards to the ancestors in the universe, what they're doing for the melanated beings, is that, yes, we can probably regain control, but we got to start putting in the work to do that within ourselves, for one, and being corrected, being positive individuals and working on ourselves and not possessing any hate and working on becoming righteous. And then also working on controlling and owning things now, which even if it's purchasing land, if it's owning businesses. Let's say every race died today and we were the only ones. Are we going to know how to step in and be in the judicial and be in the law and run this country and run everything globally and all connect overseas and, import and export? And I mean, are we going to be able to just jump right into the role and everything that they deal with security? And, like I'm just saying, so this is what I'm saying that we should be doing now. The re-Black Wall Street, the Tulsa, Oklahoma, reclaiming all of this now. We have to prove. We have to meet the ancestors halfway. Then they'll be like, okay, then we'll manifest this for you, but we're not going to do everything for you. You're going to do something too. You damn sure going to do at least 50% of the work. So, and that's what I think that we got to realize. And I told people all day, if you're not righteous, you're not going to ascend. People really believe that it's a chosen few. If they really believe in 144,000, I believe that you're just not going to ascend simply because you practice a certain religion. You have to be righteous. That's why I said I believe we all connected to the higher source, but we have to be righteous and show righteous. People could be Christian, but if you ain't righteous with it, you could be, Kemetic. You could be a Moor. You could be a Hebrew Israelite. You could be whatever it is. Everybody got a different religion. You could be whatever you want, but if you're not righteous with it, you ain't going nowhere. It don't matter automatically because you pick up this book and you read, you rock this around your neck and you read this thing automatically. I'm going to be not if you ain't righteous with it. And a lot of people are not, and they know it. If you still connected to stuff that's man-made, some of y'all still smoking cigarettes, the nicotine, drinking alcohol, all this stuff coming from man-made. It ain't coming from the earth. It ain't coming from nature. It ain't coming from the higher source. You still addicted to this stuff right here in this realm. How you going to ascend and move on? I agree with Pharaoh had said one time about higher solar ascension. He said, you think because you melanated and you made it the same things, you're going to automatically ascend? No, get out of that mindset. You have to become righteous in your mind, body, and spirit. You have to become, you can't possess no hate. And I know I'm going to take away a lot of people when I say this, but you can't have a hatred in your heart for homosexuality. You can't possess a hatred in your heart. You can't have a hatred for your other brothers, African brothers and sisters. You cannot possess a hatred in your heart. I'm sorry. You ain't going nowhere. You gonna be right here. You coming back reincarnated. You gonna be burned up, all that. So don't think because I got the same melanin in the carbon and all this, I'm going to automatically. It's not going down like that. And that's what people need to realize. This is why it's the chosen few. We got over 8 billion people worldwide, and they say only 144,000. Yeah, that's a few. How you think they choosing it? They ain't choosing it simply because of whatever. It could be millions of people still practicing the religion. So it's about if you righteous for what you doing and what you practice and how you live in your life every day, every single day, keeping them thoughts positive, continuously working on yourself, continuously correcting yourself, correcting your behavior. We know we ain't perfect, but it's about continuously working on it. It's a nonstop struggle. It's never ending. So, and we're going to work on it all the way up until the day we no longer. And that's what it's about. And showing that proof. When they see that is when they know you true. And that's why I said maybe it was a spiritual awakening I had, because it took me, letting down that guard, and that wall and that shield when it came to my ancestors, and just opening my heart and really connecting and really, asking, for their guidance. So, and once I got there and asking for the love, I haven't seen one of your love in so long. I love them. Oh, peace with you. Thank you, sis. Thank you for the love. Thanks for coming in, tuning in, all that, for all the love. Appreciate that, sis. So, this is what I'm just saying. And I know a lot of people are, not going to really like, some of the things I'm saying, but it's true. And it's something that I'm just being fed and I'm just feeling. And maybe it's the message every day. I don't know the numbers, but as I meditate, thoughts are popping in my head, and I'm just like, they're right. And that's something I got to work on, because I still sometimes have a little anger and hatred, and it's my stubbornness. I think it's a lot of people's stubbornness, and it's my stubbornness where I don't want to relinquish that control, that power. Something about the spirit in me where it's just like, okay, I don't really want to, turn it over 100, because if I turn it over completely to my ancestors, to my universal, to the highest source of power, then, it's out of my control. And I want to be able to control what I'm living here on this dimension, because I walk out here and I deal with it. And that's all you think about. And that's all, at least that's what I can speak on myself. That's all I think about. So it's like, okay, I don't want to completely relinquish all the control, because then how I'm going to deal with it. But that's what I think that's what it's about. And that's what it's going to take in order for me to let go all of the pain, the hurt, the hatred, everything that possessed, that's taken over. And this is why I think that I can't get to embrace spirituality as a whole, like in full, and completely climb that, ladder to, complete righteousness here. So, and I feel like that's the only way. So I don't even know how I was going to title this video. I still don't know. But it was just something that was just popping in my mind when, when I built with the brother and we was talking about certain things. And I told him, and I said, I still want to be here for my people. I think that I got to definitely fulfill that life purpose and be here and put all my energy. And that's what it's about, being generous. They watch all that giving of yourself and forgiveness. And I really got to get into more of the forgiveness, because something I was learning from the brother, who does shaman hands, the astrologer, and when he was talking about, doing it beforehand, and I said, yeah, and that's where it is with the stubbornness and relinquishing control and not letting that anger, still stay in your heart. So, working on that is a process, and it's like I said, it's a daily struggle. And it's got to be something that you're willing to do and commit yourself holistically to, because it's not about proving it to the next man. It's about proving it, to the higher power here. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones who's, they're the only ones who can judge. That's what people say. People say only God can judge me, right? That's what people say. So it's about practicing that. So, and that's it. But I realize that a lot of people get out and they might present something, but they're not practicing that or whatever. And this is why they know that they're not going to sin. It's not about attacking the next man and doing things like that, because that's not righteous. Attacking the next man and says, brother or sister, doing certain things that, is not holy. So that's not righteous. I mean, real talk. I'm going to title this video righteousness. because that's what it is. And everybody who's conscious is not righteous. Simply because you know certain things and you have that knowledge does not mean that you even trying to get righteous or you're practicing it. A lot of people are not doing that. And you see that when they have the hate and the resentment and the anger and they say certain things that come out their mouth, you can see it. You know, it's being displayed, you know, just in your words. And words are energy, and you put that out to the universe. You put that out there to the ancestors. You put that out there to your higher source. So remember that all this, they just keeping a list and a log of everything that you are saying. And they like, yeah, they ain't true. I don't care they picked this Bible up 8 o'clock tonight. I don't care they picked this book up 8 o'clock tonight. They've been doing this all day. All I did was keep a track record of that. And now they want, before they go to bed, now they want to pray to me. So it's a lot of that. And that's what people got to look at. And that's what I'm definitely, you know, I'm seeing. And I'm just like, girl, nah, you really don't have no room to even play around. You know, this ain't playtime now. And they letting you know. You know what I mean? And once you make this commitment, I think you just have to, you have no choice but to stick with this, to stay committed. You know, that's just what it is. So that's what I'm just, you know, going to continuously practice, continuously work on, continuously obviously struggle with, you know, because, you know, it's a struggle. Woo! So because you're dealing with the beings here that, you know, are placed and toxic. And I think that you're going to continuously be tested. I think it's a true testament. They're testing your faith here, your commitment here. You know, and they're doing it deliberately and intentionally to see if you can be tested and still stay committed. So, and that's what it is. And that's what I got to keep putting that in my, you know, my mind, to keep, you know, just rotating that over and over every time I'm tested. They're testing me. And you gotta stay, you know what I mean? So this is just what it is. And this is what a lot of us gotta wake up to realize. And that's why we gotta do what the ancestors requesting us to do. They're requesting us to be about the love. They're requesting us to be unified. They're requesting us to start putting in our work, get off our behinds and put our boots on the ground and put the work in. And do the work and start owning and control and start doing like your ancestors. Start putting yourself back in the same positions that your ancestors were, and they will do the rest. You keep in mind, this is why the white race will not ascend. I don't give a damn that they killing black people and they taking our organs and our melanin, and they think that that's going to help them ascend. I give a damn that they doing it, yeah, but it's not going to help them ascend. Why? Because they're not righteous. It's just like us. Pharaoh said that. I don't care if you're still melanated. If you're not practicing righteous and you're not trying to get righteous, you are not going to sin. White people think by they taking our organs and our melanin, that's going to preserve them. Not if they're not being righteous. Look what they doing. They exterminating us to do it. Is that righteous? No. They wonder why they're not going to sin. It's not about possessing what we have, because that's not even securing us. That's not even securing the future for us, what we possess. It's about what we doing, what we practicing every day. If white people and people who evil and wicked are practicing unholy, unrighteous methods and practices every day, they will never ascend. They will never go nowhere. So this is why I started actually getting all these thoughts, and it was just coming to me. And I was just like, damn, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're right. And certain things that even listening to what Pharaoh had said way before, it started coming back to me. And I was like, damn, because it didn't make sense then. But I was like, damn, yeah, that dude. So this is why I'm like, this is why we have to be just focused on ourselves. And we just got to put all our energy into ourselves and focus on that, and not really the next man. But we literally got to put all the energy and just continuously work on ourselves, because it's about our ascension. And it's about what we doing and what we practicing and how we living and the energy that we're keeping within. So that's what it is. Nobody is more important than ourselves. You got to always put yourself first. Before you can put energy or anything into anything else, you have to get right. You have to become righteous. You can't even worry about what the next man doing if they become righteous. Worry and focus on yourself. Always put yourself first, because you're never going to be perfect. So it's a never-ending process, a never-ending struggle, a never-ending, thing, something that you have to work on. It's never ending. And while you're working on yourself, you can continue to reach and help others. And use your own process, use your own growth to elevate and to enlighten another. And that's what it's about. And staying there, just completely staying on that frequency. Only then will you ever achieve, what I think all of our life purpose on this planet is for. But it all depends on you, the individual, if you're willing to tap into that or not. If you're not, you're going to continue to come back here to continuously learn that lesson until you do. Only once you realize that, boom, I learned that lesson, now I can go on. Maybe that's why when I think about the term old soul, and people be like, oh, you are old soul. I think that's because you've been here many times to keep learning the same lesson. To where it's just like, when are you going to learn it? So this is why people say, oh, they've been here many times. They've probably been here many times because they couldn't learn the lesson the time before that, and the time before that, and the time before that. So, hey, this is just what it is. So I'm starting to realize that for me, and I'm just gonna, I think this is for a lot of us, but being the fact that I learned that just for me in certain ways, I'm just going to continuously practice and work on that, and like I said, be here for what I think my life purpose is, and continue to put that energy into that, and definitely work on that, because maybe some of us are just meant to be healers, and that's just our job, and maybe that's why you feel you have a deeper connection to certain things. You could be an old soul, that could be a key way for you to be reason for you to be a teacher. You could be a person who, have love for everybody, like, where you're an empath, where you feel the emotions of others. You could be a person where you're led by your emotions, where like a water sign, where you're kind of led by your emotions and things like that. So you can have a sense and a feeling for, this earth and this planet, and feel for the turmoil that it's in, to where it's your job to bring healing to that. So there could be many reasons. And that's just certain things that, I'm starting to realize where it is. Even when I was doing some reading and researches in regard to gatekeepers and things like that, a lot of deep detail, especially about the Dagon, and the African Egypt priests and whatnot. There was a lot of information, when I was reading. I definitely recommend, reading certain things, especially in regards to the shamanism. There's a lot of, historical information there that I realized that, is being hidden, or I don't really hear being talked about much in social media or on YouTube. But if you have a chance, definitely do some research on that, because that's definitely opened my eyes up, to where I'm just like, okay, maybe it could be a little deeper. Certain things, even things personal about you, could be deeper. Regardless of what society shows and what they put out here, it's not about what the surface, it's about things that's deeper, and that have like more deeper spiritual connection. So when you get into that, it's a lot of information. So, but I'm going a little off track here. But anyway, like I said, it was just stemming from the whole what I wanted to do and how I wanted to fulfill my life's purpose. And when I got into that, I just told him that I thought what the ancestors in the universe really wanted from us, and what our purpose and what we need to be doing, and how we need to be, putting in our energy, and how we need to be meeting them halfway. And then I thought about also, like, when I thought about it, everything got intertwined, because I thought about ascension and becoming righteous, and just working on yourself and things like that, and just being righteous in all your actions and everything that you do and everything that you put forth. You know, everything that you say, everything that you think, everything that you do, you know, mind, body, and spirit, you know, being righteous, you know, in all. So, and that's when I started realizing that righteousness, you know, I have to embody all of them through righteousness. And I think the main way to do that, well, I'm not going to say my personal way, but the main way to do, I think, for everybody is just connect to their higher source, you know, and the practice, the practices or the righteous practices that will get you to connect to your higher source, whatever you may believe in. So I'm going to end it on that note. I want to be on 25 minutes. That's not long. I thought it was longer than that. I thought I was going for like 40 minutes or something. So I just looked at the time. So, yeah, so I just want to end it on that note. Thanks, love, peace and love to everybody. Peace and love to everybody who's going to tune in and watch the video, sending you positive energy, positive vibes. Remember, guys, continue, you know, to work on yourself. Continue to try to achieve, you know, complete righteousness, you know, and continue to bring that, you know, to, you know, all. So, you know, yeah. So continue to stay positive, y'all. Seek that inner peace. Remember to keep heads up and keep them boots on the ground, family. Peace.